I hope you can hear me. Please do let me know if you can hear me. Can everybody hear me? I'm just trying to still load up on my computer. Just a drink for me today, love, please. No Freddo.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, brilliant. I can hear. You can hear me, should I say. Oh, right. I've got a few of you in the chat. So I'm going to take it from the top. Hi, Missy. Hello and good evening to everyone. And Nicola, it's amazing how much you've lost in weight. I've just watched Andy's great 10K sub video and you look amazing. Thank you very much there, Missy. It's been hard work, but you can see I'm getting the results. Hi, Patricia, Patsy, should I say. Hi, Celia. Hi, Adria. Missy also says to tell Andy that he and me did such a fantastic job in the video.
Thank you.
He's walking around with his chest all puffed out now and everything, Missy. Hi, Christine. Hi, Kashi. Good evening and congrats, Andy, on that milestone. Thank you very much. Hi, Lindsay. Oh, great. I can be heard. Hi, Anna Karen, Sharon, Clover Stitcher, Red, Sandy, and Katinka. Hello to you all. And yes, you are all correct. Andy did indeed make his milestone, and it was many, many thanks to lots of my Stitchy friends. He had a big increase in subs after my floss tube this week, so I thank you all. Hi, Rosemary, and hi, Jeannie. How are you all doing today? Oh, my goodness. Well, I've had a few days without stitching on a certain Maui princess. It's been a little strange, but I think I'll be okay. She Sleeps has had some extra work already. And, of course, now my rotation will move a little quicker because I have less projects in it. I hope everybody is doing well. Go quickly check it on Facebook, see if I've got any messages through there. I was watching along with you on Andy's video as well, so I did see there was a couple of you on there. And thank you again for your fantastic comments and all the rest of it. But yeah, he was super happy to get to his milestone. And he knows that, you know, that you guys have played a part in that too. So, this one, Catherine is coming in on Facebook. She says, hiya, running a bit behind. Hi to all and congratulations to Andy. Hi, Mrs. Miggins. Hi, Linda. From California, first time watching live. Loved your Maui Princess. Welcome, Linda. Well, most welcome. Yes, the Maui Princess finish, was lovely. Okay. Silver Stitches, hello. And Missy, no stitching tonight, just finished your jacket, so chatting. Okay, I'm hearing an alarm go off outside, Andy. It's not us, is it? Oh, I think it's stopped now. Missy, can you pop the pictures in an email to me? I can't access Facebook Messenger on my tablet. I've been meaning to ask you, but of course with Andy's video and everything. I've had a couple of other bits going on today as well. I've kept forgetting to ask you. So if you can pop them in an email to me, I'd be really grateful. So, as you can see, Realm of Middle-earth is out for a spin. What are you guys working on, those of you that are crafting in some form or another? Silver Stitches, you are not stitching either. But what's the rest of you are on with today? So for me, it is Realm of Middle-earth today. What else have I worked on this week? I've worked on Daughter of the Deep. Obviously, I've worked on My Princess. I've worked on She Sleeps. And beginning of the week, I was working on my pain-free crafts kit, Sailing Fairy. I also have a treat coming up tomorrow evening, probably sometime around 7. I will be putting out my mid-year whip parade. It is not a long video, not long, but you will see Maui Princess fully finished. Well, I say fully finished. You'll see Maui Princess in her entirety on there. Okay. Let's see. Clover Stitch is working on Stitch and Shelf, currently at 13.3%. Brilliant. Hayes Sour Astrology Cat for Celia. Mrs. Miggins, same old, same old. Okay. You're going to have to remind me, Mrs. M, because guess what? My brain is like a sieve and I've forgotten what you're working on. Adrian was working on Mystic Nebula again, but stopped for today. Oh, thanks, Missy. Thank you for the email. I'll have a look at that in a sec. Hi, Sarah, working on a restitch of The Castle by Teresa Wentzler. Sandy is working on Daydream, Heather Edwards, Pain-Free Crafts, 43.1%. We've got a bit blurry. I think I have, haven't I? Come on. Thank you. Katinka's working on a little cake shop. Amy Stewart. Hi, Renee. Patricia, not quite finished on your flag yet. 5 diamonds to do, should be finished by Wednesday. Super job. Anna Karen, Cosmic Marbles, supersized max colour reached 1% earlier today. Brilliant. Well done. 1% of a supersized max colour is most definitely an achievement. Jeannie Beachcomber Bounty, Amy Stewart hit 5% yesterday. Brilliant stuff. Silver Stitches had a rotten cold this week, not done much and had some sad news. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better soon. And I hope things work themselves out, whatever your news was. Renee is watching the exciting England game. Yeah, Andy's just been watching that while he was in the bath. Mrs. Miggins, See No Evil, 13%. Okay, Sharon's Hot Air Balloon, 79.85%. 4 fists, almost there, Sharon. Okay. Red, I'm just only laying on bed. I had a fun family trip and it was trying also. Stop bouncing. Stop bouncing, you're wobbling my camera.
We've won!
Hallelujah. I tell him off so much. Let's see. Hi, Cheryl. Kashi, Disintegration, still currently on 56.67%. Renee says, congrats to England on the win. I think I speak for Andy when I say it's about flipping time. Linda, you are working on Bounty of Fall at 59% and in confetti hell. Oh, dear. Yeah, I know that feeling of some heavy confetti. Red says, congrats on winning. Cheryl's working on her Disney cross-stitch. Andy, what was the final score? 2-1. The final score was 2-1, Sharon, to England. And I think, was it Slovenia or somebody that were playing? Either Slovenia or Slovakia, I can't remember which. Renee, stitching on Stained Glass Owl. Silver Stitches, my cat seems to be dying. He may have to be put down. There is now nothing of him. Doesn't groom himself or eat or drink. Oh, I'm really sorry. Pets are a huge part of the family. And I do hope that whatever happens, it's peaceful. Hi, Gail. Yeah, Slovakia. There you go. I know it had Slav in it. Should I say it?
Played both Slove teams now.
Yeah. And it's like I said, I think I speak for you when I say it's about flipping time we had a win. Oh my days. This football, I tell you. Yeah, so there we go, Silver Stitches. Like I said, I do hope that tomorrow is peaceful, however it ends up. And, you know, you should always comfort yourself, and every pet owner should, that when they take in a pet, they are giving it a life. They are giving it love and care and attention that it otherwise may not have had, and you should always be proud of that. But also, you may need to please make sure that you take care of yourself too, and allow yourself time. Okay. And he's still watching the post-match stuff.
No, I'm not now.
Oh, are you finished now?
Yeah.
You're on a buzzing after your video, aren't you? And your 10,000 subs.
I am.
It's absolutely fantastic. When Andy was away, when he got to the 10,000, I kept getting these messages. 9998, 9999, 10,000, I did it. We did it. So exciting when you get to a huge milestone like that. So I know a couple of you have watched the video. Did you enjoy it? I just loved it, me. The architecture in buildings in London, there's something else. Really are. But I love the city anyway. I always say that London is, how did I describe it, Andy? It's a dirty, smelly, horrible place full of people who keep themselves to themselves.
Yes.
But I love it.
Yes, it is full of undesirables, I'll be honest.
I didn't say undesirable.
Well, it is, and we saw a couple of them, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we did, but, you know, it's not full of them. It's people that keep themselves to themselves. You know, it's not like up here where we live, you know, you can go and stand at a bus stop and make a friend. London's definitely not like that.
No, it's not.
Renee missed Andy's video earlier, but we're watching after this. You need to have yourself an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour and 3 minutes. So
Yeah, Patsy will watch it after this live.
it's already been viewed 110 times. That's pretty good.
Pretty cool. Rosemary, very much. Bless your Silver Stitches, can't even watch a minute of football. Missy, I really enjoyed it. It will be on my mind when I go to London to see all the great places. So just bear in mind, Missy, that was just the city, not the West End, not Theatreland,
Not Parliament,
not Westminster, not South Bank, not Victoria, or anything like that. It was literally
not
just
Buckingham Palace.
just the centre. There's a big place. But yeah, we were blown away by some of the stuff that we saw there. Like, I mean, you were particularly struck by Holborn Viaduct, weren't you?
I was. But you see, like I said at the end of the video, there's some stuff in that I'd never seen, and some stuff that you've never seen as well.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact for you. Halfway through, we sit down for a rest at Holborn Circus, and directly behind us is Hatton Garden, which is the diamond buying street.
Made famous in a film.
Yeah.
With
Because of the
William
heist, the actual real, oh, I've gone blurry again. Because of the actual real life diamond heist.
What was the film called? King of Thieves?
Yeah.
Had Michael Caine and Jim Broadbent and
Yeah. Tom Courtney
Ray
and
Winston
yeah.
who else was in it?
Tom Courtney.
Yeah.
Dumbledore. Michael Gambon.
Michael Gambon, yeah, that's it, yeah.
I want to see London Tower and Ghost on the London Eye, but I doubt we'd ever go as a family. Never say never. The London Eye is a fair distance from the Tower of London.
Yeah, it's a long way.
I mean, we saw it in the distance when we got to Blackfriars. But it is a fair old crack from the Tower of London.
Oh well, that's why the tube exists.
And then at the end, we were sat in Tower Hill Gardens, listening to the Macarena. How did you decide on the track? Do you mean the route round, Katinka? That's part of Andy.
Yes.
He gets out his Google Maps and stuff.
I just planned it in the same way as I always do. Obviously,
a big circle.
Obviously, a lot bigger than what I'm used to.
Yeah. We did sort of go off a couple of times though, but it was good that we did.
I didn't mind it.
I mean, some of the places that we found, I mean, it was just, like some of the little snicket ways, like them off Fleet Street, were just amazing.
Yeah, like Magpie Alley.
Yeah.
I'm glad that somebody noticed the very tame squirrel as well.
Oh, yes. The squirrel very nearly come and sat in my hand at St Dunstan's in the East. I love St Dunstan's, so.
Yeah, we do. Well, we do, don't we? It's one of our favourite spots.
It certainly is. My favourite city is Edinburgh. Love it, especially the history and the buildings. Yeah. I've only been to Edinburgh once. I went to the castle for a work event, and I literally had an overnight in Edinburgh. And I didn't see very much of it, sadly. But I think I'd like to sort of get up there and have a good look around Edinburgh. Maybe that's something that we can do in another special, Andy? Explore Edinburgh.
20,000.
Yeah. Maybe I can book Andy as a guide. Missy wants you as a guide, love.
You see, I admire that someone thinks that I'm quite good at explaining stuff. But I'll be honest with you. I mean, I said this to Nikki while the premiere was in progress. I'm not that good. People think I am.
Yeah, you're better than you think.
But I look at myself with an extremely critical eye, and I'm probably a bit too harsh on myself. But even so, if I don't do that, I will never get better. And I genuinely don't think, compared to some other people that you see and hear on YouTube, I'm probably not the best in the world, to be honest.
Well, we'll agree to disagree on that. I watched a programme about the secrets of the Underground, and I'm fascinated by it. Yeah, I love the London Underground. It's my favourite thing about London. It's the tube. If you're into the supernatural, and I use that term loosely, there is also on YouTube a programme called Ghosts of the Underground. And it does mention about the ticket hall that I mentioned on the video on King William Street, and about how it's haunted because it was, reputedly haunted because a crypt was exhumed to make way for a ticket hall because they were told they couldn't demolish the church. It was a Wren church. But as a compromise, they said that they could build into the crypt, but they had to arrange the removal of the several thousand bodies that lay within the crypt. And reputedly, the ticket hall, the Northern Line ticket hall at Bank, is haunted because it was built in the church crypt. Dale says, definitely Edinburgh's worth a visit. Silver Stitches want to go around Bath and York. York's lovely.
I have a York series.
Yeah, we've been to York. I've been to York loads of times, and we took the girls there last year. And we had a lovely day in York. There's a Harry Potter shop in York as well on the Shambles. Hi Esther, not late at all. You're absolutely fine. So please don't ever think that you're late. So, yeah, when I went up there last year, I was still in the early stages of my diet, and I was being very good. And I took my breakfast with me, and when I went to a lunch, we went to a Nicholson's there, if you remember.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I tested out I want this salad, but I don't want dressing on it, and I want, I don't want this and I don't want that. Stayed on plan all day, you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like York. And we got to see the statue of the Queen that was unveiled at York Minster. It was the first one unveiled after her death. And it's very beautiful. And then you sat and had ice cream, you remember?
I remember.
Me and the girls had a walk around the city walls. It was a good day. We right enjoyed it. Hi Leslie, how are you? Are you stitching? If so, what are you stitching on? Oh, just popping back to Catherine. She is working on a pain-free crafts. A new start. It is Fergus the Tartan Highland Cow pain-free crafts kit at almost 5%. That looks lovely, that. Nice one, Catherine. Right. I'm going to read this one out for you, Andy. So you need to pin back your logos and take note of this.
They are pinned back. Go for it.
I love watching Andy's videos because it feels like I am there also, and he has been guiding me along.
Thank you very much.
That's from Red.
Red.
Leslie, Greater Franks, just finished watching the football. Yeah, Andy did, and he bounced up and down and wobbled my camera, and he got into trouble.
Hey, we won.
Yeah, but I'm not that fond of football. You know me, I can take it or leave it. And I think, that we won should be subheaded with, and it's about flipping time, from what I heard. So, yeah, so you've got a whip parade coming tomorrow evening from me at about 7 o'clock. And then I'm still finalising next year's plans, and I'll probably do a video, well, as soon as I can finalise them, really, which I can't do until I've got my Gecko Rouge voucher. Blimey, Dean's late this week.
What, putting his pin out?
Yeah. Leslie says I'm not wrong. Patsy, I agree, he's a lot more knowledgeable than he thinks. His videos are very enjoyable to watch and very informative. So there you go, dear. Have faith and confidence in yourself.
I know, but it's hard for me sometimes to have that confidence. I think what it is, and this is going to sound stupid, but the fact that I feel very unconfident, I think, stems from going to a school that had extremely high expectations of people. And sometimes I felt I was being pushed too far. Maybe.
Could
I
be.
could never get to the level that they wanted.
Could
I mean,
be.
I left school with let's say they weren't brilliant grades, but they were better than some. Shall we say that? There were sort of higher sort of tier, but not quite the highest tier, if you like. But I don't know. I think people thought back then that I could potentially have gone a bit further.
Are you basically saying that you don't like to be pushed?
It's sort of that, yeah. It's sort of people have higher expectations of me than I know I can give.
But you're actually meeting them.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's ingrained in me now. At the age of 40, I left school 20 odd years ago, but it's ingrained in me that I always need to strive further and achieve more.
Well, you can only achieve to the limit of your ability, and your best is absolutely good enough, and you need to remember that. Right, Silver Cities, at least Gaza Southgate is secure in his job for the next match. Renee, yes, Andy, your videos are very professional and informative. Leslie is also enjoying your driving videos as well.
You get one of them every week.
So there you go. Congrats, Nicola, on Married Princess. Thank you, Renee. Yeah, she's awesome. She's been sat on my table because I still need to wash her. I was going to do it today, but I've had a bit of a busy one with one thing and another, and I've not had a chance. And the cat has decided in her wisdom that on top of Maui Princess is her favourite place to sit. So Maui Princess is a little hairy. I had to brush a lot of cat hair off her to show it in my whip parade. Right, anyway, who wants to see Mrs. Jacket that she did? It looks absolutely phenomenal. Patsy says, you don't need to do any better, Andy. Your videos are more than good enough. So there you go. Okay, right. So Mrs. Jacket that she's been working on. So there's the front. And there's the back. It's a beautiful sun ray up here and flowers coming across. Is that it? Is that just those? Yeah, just those two. So I thought it was my thing. And we've got flowers creeping up the front here as well, all different ones. I'm assuming that all of these have lots of different meaning, Missy. And you've put it together in a specific way. But it's absolutely beautiful. Renee says you're both a very talented couple and you should both be proud of your channels. Thank you, Renee. Red agrees with Patricia. And lots of compliments there for you, Missy. It's very pretty. It's beautiful, really lovely, gorgeous. Yeah, fantastic. Andy, most days I can barely push myself out of bed, says Silver Stitches. If I get dressed, that's a big deal. You are doing stuff and influencing and making people happy. That is something in itself.
That's actually really, really insightful.
Yeah, I think you just need to take note.
Oh, I take note of every comment, the good and the bad.
You take more note of the good. Because the bad people are the ones with a touch of jealousy, in my opinion. But there you go. Oh, it's just the flowers that you love, Missy. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. And you should, rightly so, be very proud of your beautiful piece of work. And I'm pretty sure that you'll get much pleasure out of wearing it and much admiration. Yep, Patsy, that's my thoughts too. The people with the bad comments are the ones with the jealousy. And it's because they haven't had the idea and gone and got out there with the GoPro and the unhealthy amount of time on their hands. And unhappy, yes, indeed. Me. I've had quite a day today. My stepdad potentially wasn't going to be able to come today. He's had a bit of a problem with his neighbour. His neighbour's not very nice. So I've got some phone calls to make tomorrow. Somebody wants to bully an 81-year-old. They're going to have to go through me. So that will be the shape of my tomorrow. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Andy, it sounds like you suffer from imposter syndrome, but really you do not need to. Your videos look very professional.
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah, where you think, Google it, it's where you don't think that you're worthy of or deserving and you feel like you're an imposter.
I will Google that, actually.
Like Lewis Capaldi suffered from it because he didn't think he had a right to be stood on stage at Glastonbury.
Let's have a look.
For example. I'm very proud there's been 2 people asking where they can buy it. Oh, Missy, go buy some. You could start a cottage industry. You have to be a bit quicker, though.
Buy what, love?
Missy's done a denim jacket and she's embroidered it with flowers.
Oh, right, okay. That sounds cool.
It is very cool.
Okay, I'm just reading about
Oh dear,
it.
I feel sorry for the neighbour. Yeah, better feel. Well, I wouldn't feel too much sorry for her. She's not a very nice person, and she's got animals that she leaves in the house for hours on end. And she's been in touch with the council to complain about my stepdad. At 10:30 in the morning, he went to fix it. He lives in a flat, and they have a communal area at the back. And he went to fix the gate at 10:30 in the morning so he could get in and out of round the back easily. And she's complained to the council that he was making too much noise. So I'm going to be phoning up the noise abatement team tomorrow and asking them since when did DIY constitute a noise nuisance. And I expect my step a full apology. Anyway. Silver Stitches, I write fan fiction and I've had my share of criticism and nasty comments in my time. I just try and focus on the ones that love the story. Okay. Peggy, I'm doing well. It's terribly hot in California. Oh dear. Hope you got some Hope you got some air conditioning on, Peggy. Keep you cool. Nothing worse than being too hot. It's gone cold here again. We've had specks of rain over the last few days. It's been dreadful. This June is the coldest January ever.
January?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's much colder. I'm getting a Christmas tree out, I'm telling you. Because it might as well be flipping winter. I've been sat with my hoodie on again today. Last day of June. It should be warm. We should be moaning about how hot it is, not how cold it is. We had a nice day the day we went to London, but even then, halfway around, it started to rain. Only a little bit, but it did rain. It's not our car, is it?
I doubt it. It sounds to be that way. We'll have a look. No.
Yeah. The weather just sucks all the way up now in England and I think in parts of Europe as well. I know, like I said before, I've watched YouTubers in Portugal and they have not had the best of the weather. We've had some hot days here in the south. I got sunburnt on my holiday, but I was rotten cold, which is not usually a summer occurrence. No. I've been, for the last 2 weeks, I've had swollen glands and a sore throat, but it's not developed any further than that. And I've had sort of sinus pain and headache and what have you. And it's like there, but then it goes. And then the next day it comes back with a vengeance. And sometimes it goes and I don't even have to take any painkillers or anything for it to go. And then it goes for a couple of days, but then it comes back again. You know. I had a really, really rough night Friday into Saturday. Andy was away, so it was just me. I didn't get to sleep until late, and I got woken up at 4:45 in the morning. I think it was the dog next door, and I think it was making like a little crying sound. And I never ever hear that dog, ever. Apart from when it's banging its cage trying to get out, because you still have it in its cage in the daytime sometimes. And I was just like, you know, I really could do with a good night's sleep. But no, at 4:30, I'm downstairs. I got my stitching out, fed the cat and got, she sleeps out. But my throat and my glands were really up yesterday. And then this morning it had gone, but now it's coming back again. It's coming back this evening. It's probably because I'm talking a lot. I think next weekend I might treat myself and have a weekend off from overtime, possibly. Lost another pound at Slimming World this week, so 6 stone 4.5 pounds, or 88.5 pounds. So still going, slowly, 20 pounds to target. It's going to take a while, I think. But I'm not disheartened. I should just keep going because it's a lifestyle. I have a new front number on the scales. I've dropped into the next stone down bracket. Thank you. And Lindsay, Woman or Slimmer of the Year nomination needed. I don't know when they do that. Yes, Missy, you're quite right. It is the last pounds that are the hardest to lose. And I think I just have to actually move and do something. Because, you know, I don't walk enough. I know that. I don't go out and stretch my legs enough. But I'm working from home because I'm not walking to a bus stop and then to an office and walking around an office and stuff all day. During my working days working from home, I do nothing. You know, so that's why I like going out to do the weekly shopping stuff is important. Because otherwise I just wouldn't bother. In lockdown, when, you know, only one person could go and this, that and other, it was usually Andy that went. And there were times when there were weeks that I didn't leave the house. Because there was just no need. Because I wasn't working in the office. So I didn't go in. And, I just sort of potted around the house. And that's when it all kind of happened, because I remember, I don't know if you guys remember the thing about lockdown is after the first sort of week or so, it was like my body clock went stupid and I couldn't sleep properly at night. And it was probably because I wasn't exerting enough energy, wasn't expending my energy. So, and when I got bored, I ate. And I ate mindlessly and I overate. And that's how I ended up getting to the size that I was. But it's quite satisfying that clothes that were tight on me are now falling down. For example, these PJs I'm wearing tonight, they're nice and comfortable and warm because they're fleece. But it's not going to be long and I'm going to have to retire them because they're starting to fall down. It wasn't that long ago I couldn't fit them over my stomach. I look like Winnie the Pooh. Remember that, dear?
Yes, I did.
But yeah, I'm going there slowly but surely. And the lady who works at my office who's joined my group as well, I think I mentioned her last week. She went back this week and was very pleased with her first loss. And you know, she was absolutely buzzing when she came out, very encouraged to carry on. I'm like, cool. Yeah, I could put a bit elastic in the waistband. That's an idea. In fact, I might even be able to adjust the elastic in it. Oh, walking videos on YouTube. Oh, I'll have to have a look at those. Yeah, Patsy, elastic, definitely. Electric might not be fun. If I connect my waistband up to 240 volts, I tell you, the weight would probably go off, but not in a good way. It'd singe it off, wouldn't it? That'd be shocking. Hey dear. Could get a new hairstyle for free though, wouldn't I? I don't know what Zoe'd say though next time I went to the salon. The trouble with the walking videos is I sit and watch them, says Sharon. Brilliant. What I could do with really is a treadmill, but I ain't got any space for one. Because the reason why I don't want to walk outside is because of the weather. So I could probably do with a treadmill, but I just don't have anywhere to put a treadmill. Maybe we should just move to the city of London and we do that walk round every day. Was it 23 something kilometres? It's about 9 miles. Andy's channel is The Village Idiot. And it's got a shield with a flag. Is it UK flag? England flag?
Yeah.
A shield with the England flag is the channel logo. It says TVI across it. Of course, those are walking videos, aren't they? Really? So if you guys have been like me and following the Jay Slater case, you'll see that the search has been called off. Although it doesn't mean that the investigation's closed. They put out an appeal for experienced hikers who can help with the search. And cheers, Silver Stitches. She's just subscribed to your channel.
Oh, cheers.
So yeah, they've called the search off, but they haven't called the investigation off. But it's still curiouser and curious as to what's gone on. But just in the back of my mind, there's a lady that's over there. Her son's missing. In whichever way he's missing, whether that's by his choice, by accident, or by the hand of another. And she wants to know what's happened to her son. And my heart goes out to her. But it would have been nice if the Guardia Civil had been a little bit more forthcoming and asked for help sooner and given more information where they could. I mean, I get that for operational reasons they don't give out much information. I understand that. It's the same with the British police, but still. There's a video surfaced of some CCTV, and you hear somebody shouting and saying about the name Jay, and I don't know how much I could say without being demonetized, but shall we say a knife wound? But again, it's a TikTok video that's come up and you just think, well, how much of this do I believe? Oh, blimey, I can see the word Hobbiton quite clearly. I can't really see it very clearly when I look. But looking through my YouTube screen, blimey. Yeah, I think so too. Silver Stitch is something fishy, definitely. Mark Williams Thomas went over there and he had a little press conference kind of thing, and then he went very quiet. But I think he did the same with Nicola Bulley, didn't he? But yeah, my heart goes out for his mum. And it was very strange as well about how this friend, all of a sudden, nearly 2 weeks after the lad had disappeared, says, oh, I had a video call with him that morning. He was sliding down a slope. Hello? Why didn't you say something like, I don't know, pal, 2 weeks back when the world and his wife were going nuts because this lad had actually gone missing? But Mr. Stitch there. For me, that's like, what do they call it when you sort of impeding evidence? What do you call that, Andy?
Perverting the course of justice.
Perverting the course of justice, thank you. What a terrible tragedy about Jay. I pray for his mother and that they find him. What a desolate place to be lost in. Yeah, I agree. I was saying to my stepdad earlier, it's a very winding road. With lots of ravines. And I wonder if he's seen the road winds and thought, oh, I can just cut through the ravine. It'll be quicker. He could be in the first flipping ravine for all we know. But yeah, it's awful. But to be fair, I'm not surprised that they called off the search. They've searched quite a large area. They've had drones up and helicopters and dogs and so on. They put out an appeal for experienced people to come and help, volunteers. And I think they had 6 people turn up. Because I think, to be fair, a lot of people are thinking, well, if he's been there a fortnight, 6 people, a lot of people have decided that it's perhaps not worth turning up. I don't know. But yes, I shall just keep an eye on it, I think. But I have a feeling that he's going to be like Madeleine McCann and so on, and probably not found. There's a number of people that have gone missing on Tenerife. Some have been found, some have not. Yeah, it's certainly concerning. I do think, though, that this Lucy is not all. She's not. I think there's something that she's hiding. I think she's holding back. Especially, I mean, it rang huge alarm bells that all of her pictures and stuff are available on her Instagram, but she went on television and turned her back to the camera. Weird. Gail, my feeling on this is I think he's in the Airbnb being held against his will. Probably not, Gail. They've probably had that place turned over. I would have thought. I see what you mean. He's probably being held, you know, he could be being held against his will somewhere. My daughter's son-in-law and grandson just went to Tenerife today. I'm pretty sure that they'll be absolutely fine, Patricia, because, I mean, obviously this lad had gone there for this festival and then he'd gone away, gone off with people he didn't know or didn't appear to know. I mean, we've had family holidays in Tenerife and we enjoyed it. We went to Los Cristianos. It's the first time that we all went on an overseas holiday together. And it was fantastic. Back in, what, 2016, 2017? Something like that?
Yeah.
And the doctor a couple of weeks ago, not in Tenerife, but difficult terrain, hot weather. Yes. Yeah, he was definitely a misadventure. Anna Karen for him. Michael Mosley was, he was just completely unprepared and went for a walk in the hottest part of the day. And as a doctor, you'd think, surely he must have known what he was doing. But we don't know what's inside people's heads. My son-in-law is monster big. They should be fine. Yep. I know a few people who've been put off by going away to Tenerife. But then, you know, people were put off by Portugal after Madeleine McCann. Sometimes it's when you put yourself in a situation, though, isn't it? Like, you know, Madeleine McCann was left with a baby siblings, unsupervised in an apartment. You know, Jay Slater was at a music festival and then went with people that, from what we understand, he didn't know, or certainly didn't know well. So by happenstance for Madeleine McCann, she was in that situation. And by Jay Slater, you know, he was in that situation. I don't know. It's very difficult. I'd like for this to be a good outcome. But I do think that some people aren't telling the truth and some people are not giving the whole story. For sure. But don't get me wrong, I'm not turning into some kind of armchair detective. If Brad does banter ever watches this, he'll slate me for it. Anyway, let's move on to other stuff. So what have we got planned this week? Work. I'm going to office this week. We've got a bit of a problem with the car. It's got to go into the garage.
It's not a massive issue.
No, some seals have gone, which makes it stinky to be in. What else? Don't think I've got much else on this week.
Can I get away with saying this in this script or not?
Get away with what?
Well, there are actually two things. The first thing is about a couple of news articles I found. Now, do you want to just read it out?
If it's long, can we wait and do it after?
About 20 seconds.
Do it after.
All right.
I don't hear the kids tonight. Nope. Lauren is in a room or in the bath or between the two. Hannah is in her room. They're giving us a bit of peace for a change. So, yeah. Hannah's doing really well at her new job. They say she's quiet. They'll soon learn. But yeah, she's doing well. She's loving the routine of sort of getting up and going, and she's able to be flexible with her time as well. You know, so she can do a few more hours spread over a few days and get a day off kind of thing, because she's the only cleaner at the moment, I think. Yeah, she seems to be thriving. It's marvellous. Very, very proud of her. Missy, I've been to my bonus grandchild's birthday. She's 3 now, and where the heck has the time gone? Oh, it disappears quick at that age, Missy. It definitely disappears quick. I look at Hannah at 22 and I think, where the heck has the time gone? Hi, Laurie. You made it. Your niece is there. Oh, lovely. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I take it with your having visitors, there's no stitching out tonight. She's been talking about all kinds of bits and bobs. Oh, great question, Jeannie. What's everybody's July stitching plans? Christmas in July or just normal stitching? I'm going to put all my whips aside and try to be monogamous for the month. Well, I should just be doing my usual rotation. So I won't change anything up in July. But I'd be interested to know if any of you guys have got July plans. Like Christmas in July. My grandson starts primary this year. Indeed, where the heck has the time gone? Yeah. Saw a picture on Facebook the other day of Lauren doing a taster session in her nursery school when she was just 3, maybe 4. I can't really remember now. And she's 15. And I just think, she's not a baby no more. Adria, just normal stitching. Gail is focused on the baby giraffe Luca kit. I've seen that on Facebook, Gail. It's lovely. Lovely how it's coming along. Missy's thinking of doing Christmas in July. The first time, see how it goes. Patsy doesn't have anything planned. Silver Stitches doesn't celebrate Christmas, so it'd be ordinary. Yeah. You all right over there?
Yeah.
Just made a rather bizarre noise. Oh, crikey. Go down instead. Ah, you're welcome, Gail. I've been keeping an eye on your cat as well. Yeah, it's beautiful, that colourful cat. I love it. Red's off to bed. Have a great night, guys. I'm going to bed. Happy stitching. And you too, Red. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to see you in here tonight. And do take care. Maybe see you on Wednesday. Missy, I saw She Sleeps as a Kit on the Mareka website today, but it's back stitching and fewer colours, so I'm keeping my Haid version. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody on FlossTube was doing the Mareka one. I think it was Peace, Love and Stitches was doing the Mareka one. I didn't even know that it was out with anybody else. I had it RAK'd to me by Petra, my friend over on Instagram. She sent it to me as an RAK and for Christmas. And I got started on it not fairly soon after, I think. Hi, Lynn. How are you doing? How's the knee? And are you still staying mobile? And what's the weather doing up in Canada? It's all gone rubbish here again. So, oh, bless you. Lots of stretching to do. It's cooler. Ah, well, it's downright flaming cold here in the UK. I think we've had 2 nice days in the whole of June. You know, every other day it's either been cold or rainy. We're definitely getting the worst of the weather. Yeah, you had a hot June. Lucky you. We would love to. There's one thing that we are good at doing in the UK is complaining, and we're all complaining that it's cold, and we'd love to complain that we're too hot. How much more of the map is left to do? I am at 32.35%, Patsy. So there's a fair old chunk to do. Let me show you via Pattern Keeper. Hold on a sec. Just mark these off, otherwise I'll get lost. Just unselect colours. Right, okay. It won't be close enough that you can see it and pinch the pattern. Right, okay. So obviously that's what I've stitched. There's all of those blank pages to do. So I'm just about a third of the way. Us two, I say we can complain as we have 4 distinct seasons. Yeah. And we get them all in one day. It feels like we get them all in one day. I say there's no such thing as seasons, just weather. Yeah. Well, it's not guaranteed, is it? The weather. It's going to be stunning when it's done. Pride of Place stunning. I hope so. When I finish this one, we do have a local show, a summer show, and I'm hoping to show it when it's done. All right, it certainly is amazing, Lynn. My oldest whip. I started it in, I think it was 2016. Could be 2017. Still a long time ago. And I was like, hummed and hard about it for a while because I bought the pattern and I hummed and hard about it because I was like, do I really want to be doing another big piece? Because I've got Avris going then. And now look at me. I've got 2 supersized max colours, this one, and then several other large pieces on the go. And I were humming and hawing about starting this one because it was large. I just need to shut up and stitch, don't I? Start the things. Yeah, because, you know, I just need to get on and stitch because otherwise I should be leaving some of them in my will to a lucky person. One of my weaving friends bought me a new patchwork stand for quilting, and I can use it for my scroll flames with an attached piece to stand and my hoops, and it's smaller than my old stand. Oh, fantastic, Missy. That's good. Any of you in here got an Omanic stand or Omanic frames? Don't get me wrong, I'm happy with my setup. I'm just curious. Although I haven't told Andy this yet, I have ordered some more fabric clips today because I'm going to need them for next year.
Well, they're not expensive items, are they?
£16,
Yeah, that's not
including delivery.
That's not. It's not exactly a gecko rouge kit, is it? Which costs in the hundreds.
Well, it can do, yeah, depending on what kit you buy. Patsy has both. Anna Karen has frames. I saw something, I think it was on Facebook, that was not entirely favourable to the Omanic frame. I just wondered. I think generally speaking, the reviews have been good. Is this a one-off? Somebody said that they found it awkward and couldn't get comfortable with it, and it was either too high or too low or not close enough or too far away or something like that. I'm thinking it's probably a case of picnic if it was a computer.
Problem in chair, not in computer.
Yeah.
That's what picnic stands for.
But yeah, I just sort of saw it and I thought, just like a bit, bizarre of a thing to say when it's a brand that I see mentioned a lot and is popular. Patsy, you love them? Cool.
So now I've got my headphones on now, so I won't
Okay.
hear you.
Just wondered if it is perhaps just a one-off. But yeah, there's a company with the reputation that it's got. I was just quite surprised. Oh, speaking of trying things, Sandy, you'll be wanting to hear about this. I have tried the ball tip needle and the Peacemaker's needle that you sent. I did also get the second ones. Thank you very much. Both of the needles, I found the size, they found to be a bit small in length because obviously I use these, which are like a flipping poker. So it took a little time to get used to the length that they were slightly shorter. But on my 2/1 on She Sleeps, it's on 20 count. And I think that the ball tip needles are very good for that because the fabric and the thread, it tends to go, it is quite bulky. And I've been using it for She Sleeps, and the ball tip needle has helped tremendously. I haven't fathomed out yet how to use it on even weave, which I know sounds daft. And then I tried the peacemakers on even weave, and I think because the needle itself is quite short, I found that to be a little bit awkward. But again, it's something that I could get used to. Absolutely. So it's been interesting to use these needles, and I will talk about it on a floss tube as well. But it's been interesting to use them, and thank you very much indeed for sending them to me. Mucho apreciato. Oh, dang, that reminds me, I've got an email I need to answer. Oh, I have to do that after this stream. Mustn't forget. This lady's been waiting for a reply for 2 days. Naughty me. Okay, let's just put this one in up here. Oh, excuse me. Anna Karen haven't had any issues with the frames. I use them with a stand I made by a local carpenter. Patsy, because the frame's screwed tight, you can have the fabric as loose or as tight as you want. Sandy, glad you got them eventually and have tested them. Yeah, thank you, Sandy. I think if I can get them longer, I might invest in some of the ball tip needles. The peacemakers I found very similar to the bohin. Small eye, short needle, but lovely. Again, it's lovely to work with, don't get me wrong. So, yeah. Yeah, the flipping post though, Sandy, was absolutely awful. Over 2 weeks for the first ones to arrive, and then the second lot took a best part of a week as well. Our postal service is just dreadful at the moment. Mm-mm. 435. How did my Wednesday live stream go? It went very well. My princess was finished. And now my Wednesday live stream will have my focus for a finish on it going forward, because she sleeps. I've pulled She Sleeps out of the rotation. I've got 8 projects in the rotation, and I work on 4 a week. So for like Stitch With Me's and stuff, until something else dropped out of the rotation, at that point, you would just get the same pieces on the same Stitch With Me's and stuff. So what I did to make sure that I rotate still and you guys get different videos, I took She Sleeps out, which left 7 in the rotation, but I'm doing with She Sleeps what I did with My Princess. So I'm working 200 stitches a day, and using it on the live, putting it on the live stream as well. You know, it's just, you know, when you've got sort of multiples of 4, you would just get the same videos, because I work on 4 projects a week. So you would, you know, might start with Night Cafe. So that means that every second Monday I'd be filming a Stitch With Me with Night Cafe. And then Envy might not get on a Stitch With Me at all. So I don't want that to happen. Oh, we get a pretty good postal service. You're lucky, Silver Stitches. I think we have a lack of posties in our area. I think you save up the post for about a week and then just go out and deliver it all en masse. Sorry, I can't make those as I'm at work during that time in the US. That's absolutely fine, Renee. No problem at all. I get it. I understand. That makes sense. Yeah, I thought it did as well. I would love it to be cold. Andy goes out in the rain and I'm jealous. Yeah, bless you, Peggy. Yeah, it's Andy will go out in all weathers. I've known him come in absolutely drenched after a drive back. Peggy, I love warm days. I love cold nights. Problem is we get warm days and nights. I love spring and early summer. Yeah. I'm a spring and autumn person. I can cope during the winter and I can cope during the summer. Although the cold really does get to me. And I've had times where, you know, I've literally not been able to feel my feet because they're so cold. Oh, Mike shared your post. Oh, yeah, you've seen it. It's okay. Working on my battle for a new pass. Ooh. Fantastic, Catherine. Go for it, girl. I'm not a fan of warm nights either, says Adria. Been 20 centigrade last couple of nights, which is about my limit for sleeping. I can't sleep without a cover. And usually I have to be like a burrito. But I can't sleep without a cover. Andy has no problem. But for me, it just, you know, I would have to, I've only ever once in my life slept without a cover. And that was when it was, you know, the 40-degree heat that we had a few years ago. But I just can't. So even if it's just like a quilt cover or a bedspread, I have to sleep under something. And I have to have it sort of up to my chin and down to my feet. Yeah, I think Andy thinks I'm a bit strange because I just want to be warm at night. But I sleep better if I'm warm. When I get too warm, I just put my feet out because my feet go cold. The rest of my whole body goes cold. Sometimes, like as it gets warm, I usually sit with my slippers on. Excuse me. But sometimes as it gets warm, I just take my slippers off, let my feet in, let my feet air, and then I go cool, which is quite nice. Oh, I keep going wonky again. So, yeah. I think as well, I mean, Andy, like I said, he can sleep with no covers or anything on. I can't sleep without pajamas on or a nightie or something. Because I think if you sleep, for me, sleeping with nothing on, I get even hotter. And my workmates think I'm weird that, you know, when it eventually does get hot, I'm never there with the cold drink or anything like that, or ice cream. I have a cup of tea. Because the logic is, if you have something cold, when it hits your stomach, it starts to warm up. And then it makes you feel warmer. And if you have something hot, like a cup of tea, when it hits your stomach, it starts to cool down. So it makes you feel cooler. And that logic has always worked for me. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but it's always worked for me. So on a hot day, a cup of tea is my go-to. Don't get me wrong, to quench thirst, I might have a cold drink. Ice cream for me is a very rare thing. I had one in London, but before then I can't remember the last time I had ice cream. I just don't do ice cream. But yeah, for me, a cup of tea is my go-to. So I'm sure you guys all think I'm a bit strange now. Maybe. Missy, you're like me. And Adria, peppermint tea on hot days and hot when it's hot. Yeah. So you think the same logic. People at work think like, why on earth are you having a hot drink? Because it'll cool down in my stomach. Oh, Patsy, I'm saying I can't stand the idea of iced tea or iced coffee either. The girls like iced coffee, and Lauren loves peach iced tea. I can't bear it. I can't bear the thought of it. They have to be hot. For me, tea and coffee are meant to be hot. You know, sometimes when we go to Asda and go and do our shopping, you know, I'll get Lauren a bottle of iced tea because she does like it, and you know, she enjoys it and she drinks it. That's fine. But me, nah. I mean, when we were last abroad on holiday, you know, the girls were just constantly drinking iced tea. I'm like, nah. Iced tea and slushies were their go-tos. Mr. likes iced coffee, but not iced tea. Silver Stitches can't stand iced tea, but I do like Long Island iced tea. Yep. You see, I'm not really a big fan of cold drinks, really. You know, I mean, I drink my squash, but I tend to drink it at room temperature. Certainly don't drink it chilled. I'd be the one that, you know, round the pool with the big pot of coffee. Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker in the morning, tea in the afternoon. Well, I say in the afternoon, after about 3 o'clock. You'd be beside me. Yeah, we'd be there in his bikinis, big pot of coffee, sunning ourselves, dip in the pool. Silver Stitches, see, you'd fit in with Andy and the girls, well, particularly Andy and Lauren, because they like ice drinks. You know, Andy sits there quite happily crunching ice. Oh, goes right through me. Lauren has a, whenever you want, Patsy, get on, what is it, Flight Doodad and Missy. Pick a destination, I'll meet you there. Lauren is one of those rare breeds of people that can eat lemon like it's an apple or an orange. She can just eat it. She has no problem at all, you know, with sitting and, you know, when you get a drink from a bar and there's a lemon wedge in it, Lauren will literally hound you until you give her the lemon wedge. You know, and same with like food and stuff. They have lemon wedge, she's there. Yeah, Lauren loves her fruit, and lemon wedges are something that she'll eat quite happily, and lime wedges. Yeah, you see, Missy, you're the same. Yeah, Silver Stitches, you can join us with a large cocktail, it's fine. But we're still having the coffee. No, that's the wrong square. Wrong entire square. It's good job I'm watching, isn't it? Mind you, when Lauren was a baby and we were weaning, she quite liked Thai curry. Her dad had once, we'd got some takeaway food and she was still up. She just tried Thai curry and quite enjoyed it. It was very bizarre. Thai green curry is one of Lauren's favourites to wean on. Oh, Patsy, that's horrible. A big sissy used to love cod liver oil. Yuck. Not a fan. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. It felt like punishment. Have this, it's good for you. Really? Oh, AJ, it is. It's horrible. Horrible stuff. My grandmother, the mother of my mother, used to curry tripe. Yeah. My grandparents used to have tripe regularly. Tripe, chitlins, and pig strotters. Yeah, all of them quite disgusting. Yeah, there we go. She'd get the capsules and chew them up. Ew. I think my 9-year-old niece might like cross-stitch. Showed her my poltergeist pirate and she's hooked. Brilliant. Get her joining in, Laurie. My dad told me as a small child, I was about 1.5. I ate Dijon mustard with my sausage. Yeah. Now you see, I've always been a fan of mustard since as long back as I can remember. I don't think the other two had anything unusual that they weaned on. I had weird pregnancy cravings. I went off anything with berries in it, berry fruits, the strawberries, raspberries, and that kind of thing. With Hannah, my eldest, I couldn't stomach them. And I absolutely loved them. With the middle one, I ate pistachio nuts until they were coming out of my ears. I could eat 2 kilograms of those a week. And then with the youngest, I would eat as much fruit as I could get my hands on, soft fruit. So all the stuff that I didn't eat with the first pregnancy, I was eating in my third. So with Lauren, I was eating strawberries, plums, and bananas, and oranges, and raspberries, blueberries, you name it, blackberries. Oh my God. I used to go down to the markets twice a week. And I'd be eating the fruit on the way home. Couldn't wait. My dad, no, if we had a sore throat, my mum would give us a spoonful of butter and sugar. Ew. In America, they put mustard on hot dogs, which is kind of sausage, so that's not too weird. Yeah. I suppose the weirdest thing I like is raw pastry. Oh, that is a little unusual. I think it's something I'd do. But I eat very little pastry anyway. Well, I do now. I used to eat it lots. Lots of things I used to eat a lot of that I don't eat now. Sweet chocolate though, still got my Threddos. Ew, Missy, raw bacon, yuck. Sorts of anything raw. I mean, lots of people like things like sushi. You see, for me, the thought of raw fish turns my stomach. Used to work in an Italian restaurant and used to have carpaccio, which is a raw fillet of beef. Oh, no, not for me, thank you. You know, the manager used to be like, you know, he'd be like, oh yes, you should try it, you should try it, it's really nice, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you could pay me £1,000 and I wouldn't try it. Pay me 5,000 and I'll think about it. Raw raccoon. Yeah, that'd be very weird. Oh, you tried raw fish and you liked it? Yeah, it's not for me, Silver Stitches. I think it's the thought of it more than anything. My sister quite likes sushi, but for me, no. Try some vegetable sushi, that's all right. Oh, we'll change the subject, Leslie. Hi, Enid, how are you? Are you well? She's been talking about interesting food tastes. Some are more exotic than others. Yeah, Silver Stitches, yep. Oh no, Enid, what's wrong? Are you just generally under the weather? There's a bit of going about. Oh. Set my pattern keeper right to mark off and I'd be winning. Lady Problem, bless you. Vegetable sushi is salad, is it not? Well, no, they do like a little vegetable sushi pack in Aldi. And it was on a Slimming World taster, so I had a go at it and I thought it was all right. Laurie, I'm pooped from entertaining a 9-year-old for 5 hours. Get her hooked on stitching. All you need to do is then just hand it to her and leave her to it, Laurie. My husband bought me Cadbury's. I'm off fast until this stops soonish. You see, he knows what to do. Buy your Cadbury's. Your house is awfully quiet. It's quiet here. Yeah, well, it makes a flaming change, doesn't it? Because normally there's the rabble's off on one. Andy's listening to something on his phone and giggling every so often. The girls are both up in their rooms and it's just me. Cat occasionally wanders about. Cat's down here actually. She's been kicked out of Hannah's room. But yeah, it's blissfully quiet for a change. Means I can get on and stitch. And I've already done more than 350. You enjoy the rumpus. Right, I'll tell him to bang some pots and pans then for next one. I'm pretty sure Hannah wouldn't mind. Yeah, I think Lauren's talking to her friends, and Hannah will be watching telly. So they've both been fantastic today. I asked them to nip to local supermarket and pick up some bits and pieces because I'm trying to limit use of the car until it's fixed. It's not dangerous and we can drive it, but I'd sooner it be fixed, you know. And they've both been fantastic, so little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest men. Yep. Isn't it nice though when it's, well, for me it's nice when there isn't any nonsense. I am battling a bad mood. I don't feel in my right mind, like I'm moodily, easily irritated and also crying. Oh dear. Not ideal for you, Enid. You'll be fine. It'll just take a little time, but with a little time and self-care, you'll be fine. Hello. Oh, that's the cat going on the windowsill. We didn't have a repeat performance from her, thankfully, after the litter box dramas last week on Wednesday. I have a question for the hive mind. When stitching cross country, how far do you carry the thread? I think for me, I would carry it into the next square. So it could be up to 20 stitches. I wouldn't carry any further than that. And I would only really carry that far if I knew that there were some other stitches that needed filling in over the strand that I'd laid at the back. But yeah, I'd be interested to know that as well. Yes, I've seen some go very far too. Yeah, I agree with you there, Missy. About 5 centimetres if the carry it will be covered, but for me it'd be less than that. You'd just be into the next square. But if I'm going to go to sort of the maximum of 20 stitches, like say for example, if I've got the thread here, the one stitch here, and then the next stitch is down on the bottom, I'd want this still to be blank so it can be covered while I'm completing it. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer to how far to carry the thread. It is, as the others have said, definitely a personal choice. But yeah, I personally wouldn't want to be going too far. You see, age is the same as me, only going to the next square. Rather end it and restart, if any further. Yeah. Two reasons why silver stitches would never go across country. One, I'd be scared, and two, my counting's terrible. Yeah. My counting can be off at times, especially if I'm all right with Magic Guide, but Easy Count fabric, the one with the grey squares, I'm not so good on. So yeah, I'm not as good at counting on those ones, so I would definitely be within the same box, really. I coffee dyed a piece of antique white linen. Oh, lovely. How did it turn out? I've never done that. Oh, Sandy, you're opposite. Love the grey gridded. You see, I'm not. I find it confusing. My current project is on Easy Guide and I had to go over the lines so I couldn't see him properly. Yeah. Oh, Patsy Frog. Oh no, 400 stitches. Oh, blimey, it's going to take forever. Quite pretty. Would look nice with an antique sampler stitch on it or what have you. Yep. Right. Right, I am going to have to leave it there because I'm quite tired. Just move in so you can see I've stitched. Bring the light down. There we go. I don't know, Patsy, how did you manage it? Yikes. Oh. So 427 stitches. I find linen not to be very expensive, which is kind of weird when I think, yeah, I'm an even weave gal. I'm not so fond of linen because of the slubs. Yeah, so there we go. 422 422 stitches. So yeah, I'm happy enough with that. So thanks guys ever so much for joining. I will see you Wednesday if you're around for some She Sleeps, and I will see you next Sunday if not. Floss Tube Tuesday, Stitch with me Thursday, Saturday. Don't forget though, tomorrow night 6 p.m. oh no, 7 p.m. around 7 I'll be popping out my mid-year whip parade. So yeah, so thanks again guys, and thanks again from Andy for all of you who've subscribed to his channel. He's really, really grateful, and do drop him a comment on his video, let him know what you think. All right, take care everyone, bye bye for now.